So, good evening. We are here.
Это сегодняшний выпуск из Улан-Батора, новое интервью на канале Тёма Пассажир. Я встретился с Энрикой, девушкой, с которой я познакомился на Альхоне во время пребывания там, да, в компании 3 француженок. Вот, мы там приятно пообщались и вот встретились в Улан-Баторе. И завтра она уезжает в Китай, и у меня есть последняя возможность задать ей какие-то вопросы. Энрика прожила всю свою жизнь в Италии, в районе... Which region you live?
Trentino.
Trentino. The city, village.
I come from Mulveno. It's a really little village. It's near Trento. That is the main city of Trentino. Town, not city. It's not so big.
And people in Russia, maybe, for example, me, think that the life in Italy is pesto grandiose, bellissimo.
Like a fairy tale.
Like a fairy tale. Is it true or not? So I wanted to know what first bad things of Italy you can say to me and to other people.
So for sure, you have the stereotypes of mafia. Okay, so the first bad things that I can tell you is about this, and it's not really a stereotype because we have it, and it's like we have it, but it's like all over the world. But I'm from north, so I really can't speak about this. Like in the north is more hidden. It's not like open like in the south.
Like in Sicilia or something. Like
Yeah.
Sicilia, the famous mafia.
Yeah, and I have some colleagues that are from Puglia, and they told me few like horror stories about mafia, and so this is like the most common things that you can think about Italy.
And usually pasta, wine,
Pizza,
pasta, lasagna
every day.
every day and every night. And every Italian need to have 4 arms. 2 for eating pizza and pasta and 2 arms for speaking. Arms for speaking.
Okay, I try to not do this.
Yeah,
Like,
but the better is like you're just
what are you saying?
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, but okay, maybe the standard it's higher than in Russia, the life. And again, I am from Trentino, and I am lucky because it's like a rich region, and we have like a sort of autonomy from the
Whole
rest of the country, so we can manage ourselves differently. But there are like some problems, like to find a job, and because we have like for young people it's really hard to find a permanent
It's like for the time.
permanent work contract, or with a really shitty contract because of, I think, the taxes that the companies have on the workers. So they don't give you a good contract. They just offer you these shitty contracts, and you have to apply them, because if you want to work, if you want to work, and if you say no, they just say, okay, there is a lot of people that want to work, so goodbye, and I will take another one. So
And don't young people come to the south for the Rome, for example, from Trentino to somewhere for Milan?
Normally the people from the south come to the north, because in the south the situation is even worse. But I really don't know this from my experience, because I am from this region. In this case, it was like this, not like it's different, you know.
Do you
I have
hear?
to teach you.
Do you hear? Do you hear this and this?
It's like me and what. Yeah, and I come from this super touristic village, so I work with seasonal job, and it's good because you can earn a lot of money in few months.
In winter.
In winter and in summer, but it's bad because you don't have a permanent job, so you can like save money for your retirement. Yeah, and it's difficult because you can't really save this money for your old age.
Old age.
And even this, the government continue to put the retirement age more higher and higher.
And how much now it is more?
This is I'm not sure the exact age, but it's like 65. And for men and women is different, so it's like 63 or 65 or maybe more high. Now I don't know because they continue to change. So that's why a lot of people just go away from Italy. And for us, like Germany is the heaven country to go to work because they
I need to find the German.
Yeah, and for sure the German will say, yeah, no, I want to go to
everywhere.
Yeah, Finland. Yeah, and also the laws, the insurance for people for the workers are not good, and there are a lot of black job, like black work. When you don't work, you work without a contract, so you can earn more money,
but you not keep for the retirement.
Yeah, but anyway, it's the retirement. It's like a dream. So even if you really work with a constant job, it's like it's really difficult now to think about this. Like now, I'm really like my mother said to me, maybe you have to save more money for your
by yourself.
Old age by yourself, because it's really hard to get this money from the government.
And what is the approximate charge of this money when you're getting old and you cannot work?
It really depends. Like there are people who can have like 800 euro per month. But there are people who maybe get 200 and are really
200.
poor. Yeah, they are really, really poor.
Like Russian, little bit.
Yeah, and a lot of time I read these like articles in internet that try to speak about this. Like this is a problem. So there are a lot of old people who really can't afford food, or they are really poor and they are alone, and the government just do nothing. They are like, okay, this is your problem, it's not mine. Yeah, we are a wealthy country, but there are a lot of like hidden problems that if
you don't live, you don't know.
But I am from a happy Trentino, so.
And Artur was said the same. I'm quite lucky. I live on the north of the France.
Yeah.
So who is living on the north? They're quite lucky guys.
I think a problem of Italy is that we don't really manage our country in a good way. We have this thing that you don't have to do the thing in a good way. You have to do the things in a smart way. So like smart in a bad way. I don't know how to say. It's like maybe if I do the things in a good way, okay, I will gain the wealth for everyone, and this is good. But if I do it like in a smart way only for myself, this is the person who will gain in Italy, you know. You have to be smart in this way. Yeah.
What else? Like maybe one few things, small things which are not good.
About the government that take a lot of money for themselves, but it's like, I think
everywhere
is like this. And now right now the problem I think in Italy is that there is the racism that it's higher and higher. I'm not there, but I'm really worried
to who?
to the people from Africa that come to Italy to try to find a better life. But we have this new politics that it's based on fear and of scaring people. They are gaining power in this way. They are putting like
Putin.
not Putin, not the same man.
Yeah.
Like they say that every problem come from these people, and they are building their power above the fear that I will fix this problem and we will return the super wealthy country again. But it's so
nothing happens.
So now I think the worst problem that we have now is this. It's really, really bad.
Yeah, but not to finish on the minor note. Let's some major things. What is you like the most that you are Italian? What is the best thing?
Okay, now I'm traveling since 2 months. It's not so much, but I begin to miss the food. So I will say food.
Food.
Yeah. But it's not the right moment to make me this question. That's because I'm traveling and I really...
Yes, for sure you will miss your food because you don't eat. You don't eat enough, like you wanted or like you had to.
And sometimes I want to cook and I have the tools or the ingredients and I'm like...
Yeah.
It's really difficult.
Okay, and you began to travel just 2 months ago. And what was the point of, okay, I'm starting. I go to Russia, Mongolia, China, where else? Tokyo, Japan, Australia. What is the meaning?
First of all, because I want to see like every place in the world. In my bedroom I have this giant world map. And sometimes I lose myself in front of these maps, as looking and imaging the places and imaging like adventure and something like that. So I was like, I don't have nothing that keeps me home now. I'm totally free. I don't have constant job, so I don't have no one that is like, no, you have to stay here, blah blah blah. So I was like, okay, I just want to go and to see. Also because like I want to give myself the possibility to growing and to open my mind more and more.
Do you think you grow at these 2 months? How much?
How much I don't know, but I think that I grow a lot. Like, I can feel it.
So the first point was like Rome, Moscow.
Yeah.
Or Milan, Moscow.
Genova and Moscow with a flight. And then
because it's closer to you, Geneva.
Because the flight was cheaper, so this was like. And then I took the train, the Trans-Siberian line, like every European, because it's so magic and wow.
So did you feel this magic?
Yeah.
For
you, no?
But no, for me, I don't understand this. Like you're sitting in the train, like and eat noodles or something.
But because when I was in front of the map and I saw this giant country and I imagined the line, the Trans-Siberian line, and on the map is just a green color with the names of the city, and in my imagination I'm like, how is the landscape? And I really want to see the country, and if you do it in this really slow way, that is the train, you can really do it.
By foot, no?
I had only 1 month.
You have visa for 1 month
Yeah.
in Russia, so it's not so easy to.
No.
What is the easy to go to China or to go to Russia? Or
The
is
2 visa, the
No,
easiest one.
yeah.
Russia.
Russia is easy.
It's not easy, but it's not difficult as the Chinese one.
Because you don't need to booking the whole shit.
Yeah, and the Chinese ask you like 10,000 questions about you, and I always say that now the Chinese government knows me better than my mother because they're really like, wow. And they have these strict rules, and it's like
Oh shit. Where I'm going?
the
So if they
Russian
ask-
one is not easy, but it's okay. I could do it by myself. The Mongolian one also. For the Chinese, I had to go to this travel agency and to ask for help because
It's
it
quite
was so.
difficult.
So that's why.
And what was the most, I don't know, unique or remembering thing from Russia?
But the most important thing I think that is like that for the first time I learned to fight the like stereotypes and fear that I have against like new.
You was
People
fighting
and
with the
country.
stereotypes.
Yeah, I was not really afraid, but we have these stereotypes about Russia that it's really fucking dangerous.
Don't go to Russia.
Yeah, it was like I will go to Russia. Are you crazy? Why Russia? And he was like, why not? Like no, alone. You don't have to speak with no one. Even in Facebook, I had this group of travelers, and I post a photo. I am in Moscow. Yeah, well, super good. And everyone was like, yeah, you're good. Blah blah blah. And then they said, but pay attention because Russian has a different way of thinking. And I was like,
So, and what do you think about our way of thinking?
that is bullshit. It's bullshit that
The speaking.
yeah they
Yeah.
they believe. So I know that you're a little bit crazy.
Yeah, but
No,
we are
but-
all, I think, a little bit crazy.
But
And-
it's good to be crazy.
Yeah. And what the most thing you don't like in Russia?
But I think that I really don't like. There is nothing that I really don't like. Maybe the most difficult thing was like in the west part.
Near the
Yeah, like
Moscow, Kazan.
Moscow. Yeah, the west part. It's like at the beginning was
Ah.
difficult to like have a contact with people because they all have this bad face and they look at you like don't speak to me and go away and like this. But then when I try to speak with them, also trying to speak in Russia, my few sentences that I'm proud now.
What you can say in Russian? Say it.
Меня зовут Энрика.
Yeah.
Я не говорю по-русски. If I eat something good is это хорошо. But how to say hello like привет, добрый день, до свидания.
I think
Спасибо.
this is the main things that you need to know.
And few things that I forget. But when I try to speak with them, they was like, wow. And they make me these big smiles and they help me a lot. Like the control women on the Trans-Siberian, they were like mummies with me. They were like, at the first they were like, your ticket, and then when I tried to speak with them, they were like super
so
lovely. And
like the main things is like you need to speak with person.
you need to not be afraid of, because you have the stereotypes and you see this. So you arrived and you're like, okay, it's like a big wall. So you just have to think, no, they are just people, and I just have to try to have a contact with them, and then you see that it's just an image that you have in your mind, and you have to break it.
Yeah.
So
So and after Russia, you come to here to Mongolia. So is that the big difference between these countries?
that in the first hour in which I was in Mongolia, two super lovely women wanted to host me in their house and gave me the numbers with big smiles, like, and I didn't ask them nothing, just yeah, I'm traveling alone and I do this and this, and they were like, okay, but I'm so worried about you, and everyone was helping and smiling, and I was like, what a big difference between the first days in Russia and the first day in Mongolia. I was like, okay. Yeah,
I was thinking that too, because when I was in this police office in the railway station, and how the policeman was saying, oh, you can sit on the sofa, you can sleep if you want, if you're tired, let's go to the shop. It was like, I was imagining that one Mongol come to Russian policeman and asking him something, and how can I imagine that the Russian policeman said to Mongol, okay, you can go to our office, you can sit, sure, maybe you want to sleep, maybe you want a foot massage or something like that.
Like
this is
utopian.
yes, yeah. I think never can be like that. So this is the big reason between countries. Yes, we are ready. So we were speaking about the first appearance in Mongolia. So it's quite different country, not like the Russia, and people are super open
and helpful and smiling.
Why do you think they are like that? Do you have an idea?
I only can say that in Russia, the West people are like this, like with this face. The East part is more open, and I could see like the change. And it's not only the faces, but it's also the behavior that I have. They're more smiling and more, I don't know if it's more open, but they're more like
simple.
Yeah, I don't want to say more human. But they're
you can say
more
you have
happy, maybe.
No.
Maybe because they are Buddhist, so they are more like I don't know, it's like
not this religion.
No, they
what have you done in Mongolia?
I did a workaway. It's like this we can say project in which you go, you are hosted by some families and horror music. Post for Instagram. Wow. And in change of some helps that you can give to them, like I was in a farm, so I had to work with animals, with cows, and fix something in the house, cooking, washing, and they host me like something more than 2 weeks. And so they give you food and accommodation in change of work. It is not work.
Sounds like
yes. In this case was a bit more, but it's not only this, and it's really good because you become part of this family or of this group or community. It depends where you go, and you can really see how they how they live their life. It's you can see the country in which you are traveling with the eyes of the people who live in
like
this.
You are a native person.
It's really good experience.
And what do you think you will do after your journey? Like, so you need to stay somewhere, for example in Melbourne?
I don't know if my journey will have a end. So
we were drinking today for journey never end.
This is a really difficult question because I'm not organized at all, and I have no idea of what I want to do in my life. Sometimes, when you are a child and adults ask you,
I
want
to be a doctor
when you grow up, and sometimes I'm like lost in my mind, like dreaming, and sometimes I say, when I grow up I would like to be, and then my inner voice is like, hey, you are a fucking adult. And I'm like, oh no, I'm in late.
Yeah,
So
it was in one Russian film, like, I don't know, I'm 40 years old and I don't know who I want to be when I get old. Get old.
this is the story of my life. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm asking this question because I don't know the same. Like, I'm going, and a lot of people asking me, and when you want to go back?
Yeah.
I'm just 2 months of traveling. I'm just climbing that tree. I don't
Yeah.
know what bag. Like 2 months. That's nothing.
This is the same.
Yeah. Yeah. So our next stop will be the China. Yeah.
Tomorrow I have the train.
Yeah. And я завтра, не завтра, я сегодня ходил в посольство, узнавал, еще во вторник пойду подаваться на визу, то есть мне дадут какой-то пригласительный билет, мне нужно туда будет прийти в 4 утра, и они мне, возможно, дадут его на среду. В среду я подам документы, и если все будет чики-пики, то в понедельник должны дать визу. Надеюсь, уповаю. И, пользуясь случаем, хочу передать привет пацанам из Балахи, которые подогнали мне лавандос, который я потрачу на визу. Бабон, Леха, Морган, Влад, Хохол, Димастый, Череп, пацаны. Балаху обнимаю, люблю, не могу.
A lot of people.
Yeah, the China. Yes, and I think the China will be like super weird, like not the Mongolia, because here is like super calm and not much people, only in Ulan-Bator, and China will be like, ooh, keep it up.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And also about China, a lot of people told me like a lot of stories, so I really don't know what to expect. But I really don't like to hear about story, even if they are good stories, because I really want to go there and look with my eyes.
Yeah, but good stories about European face, I think this is good story.
But maybe it's not true. So you
hope
heard
this
about
is
this?
the most truthness thing in the life. Like if
You
are,
hope.
huh?
You hope.
I hope, yeah. Why
Also,
not?
they think about don't shave your.
Yeah. And to put the lemon on the hair to make it more blonde. Why not? Like,
You can try it.
yes, why not? Yeah, we will see. So the last one thing, I asking everyone, like people in their life love to give advices, but this is not the same thing. What I want to ask you, because people want to usually give the advice when they're judging people. They see the person and they want to judge.
And no one is asking them advice.
Yes.
They love to give it.
yeah. Especially when nobody asks the advice. And what I said to you, a lot of people I meet who are traveling, they don't judge person how they look like, about their skin color, about their weight, height,
Their clothes.
haircut, or speaking manner, or something like that. So now I want to ask you for giving advice for me, for the people who see this interview. Maybe it will be 500 person, maybe 1,000, maybe more. So you can think about that, and it can be simple, it can be, but
Deep and really important.
yeah. And maybe people who are looking at you, maybe who want to go, like girls, for example, they want to go to travel and they're afraid. So the girl come from Italy to country she doesn't know, to country which is Russia, like dangerous country, yes, and she doesn't afraid to go through the country. So
I was afraid.
now you can say that nothing special.
In this case, it's just you just have to believe in yourself and to trust people. Like, I'm really optimistic. I can be also really like dramatic and oh no, everything is so fucking bad. But normally I'm like optimistic, and yeah, I think that the secret is just to trust the people and world in general, because everything around us told us that the danger is everywhere. You have to be afraid, and that is really bad because you close in yourself, and it's really dangerous also for yourself. But if you like learn and to trust people, that everything is like
Easy.
it's change. Yeah, you can really see the things with different in a,
Perspective.
yeah. It's like when I was in Moscow, a little park, and everything it seemed like really dark and dangerous, and I was like, and everyone was looking at me in a strange way, and then something in my mind was like, these voices was like, hey, calm down and like open
This
your
is
eyes.
just people.
Yeah, and you are afraid of what? You just and then I try to change my mind, to change my way of seeing, and it's like I take away like a mask, and everything and everyone was like more like bright and more like full of like colors, and I was like
So sometimes it looks like not the people wearing masks, but you have the filter
yeah.
not to see that.
And I thought the problem is not the country or the culture or the problem is me. It's like in my mind and it's in the front of my eyes.
Yes, the biggest problem in your life is yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when people realize it, I think that it's when the big change happen. Like, because normally people say, no, it's not my fault, it's you.
That beeping drivers.
Yeah.
In Mongolia. Здесь просто дикий трафик на улице, стоит регулировщик, есть светофоры. Машины просто сигналят, не останавливаясь, как будто здесь свадьбы каждые 5 минут проходят. Люди обвиняют друг друга. The people blame each other that they are staying in traffic.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, I want to go here. This is my road.
Yeah, here it's crazy. And when you realize that maybe the problem is not the other, but it's you, and because you can't fix the others, you can fix yourself.
Yeah.
So if you begin to work on yourself and to like be a better yourself, okay, my English is really shit, but and
Yes, I think people see this and see, oh, if her English is shit, what's about our English? No, I think your English is...
well, if you understand what I want to say,
this
it's
is
okay.
enough, yeah.
And so that's it. So maybe you have, not you, like people have to be more humble, like, and to
So
slow
trust
down.
people, trust yourself, and don't afraid.
Yeah.
Верьте людям, верьте себе и ничего не бойтесь. По-моему, шикарно. Пожелаем Энрике дальнейшего отличного путешествия.
Ага.
Да.
Thank you.
Не уверен, что мы с ней еще раз пересечемся в Китае, но будет видно. But maybe the world is super small and we are super big.
Aha.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Все, чао.
Ciao. До свидания.
До свидания.
До свидания.
Если вам нравится то, что у меня выходит из-под моего пера, не стесняйтесь, пишите. Мне будет очень приятно слышать каждое мнение. Ciao, ribята!
Quindi a tutti quelli che ci stanno ascoltando, quindi ragazzi e ragazze, viaggiare è la cosa più bella del mondo, ti libera e ti fa crescere tantissimo, quindi non abbiate paura di mettervi alla prova e partite. È giusto il primo passo, è quello che è il più difficile, però poi è in discesa e non ve ne pentite, quindi viaggiate, comprate un biglietto aereo e viaggiate ovunque. Ciao, buongiorno, buonanotte, devo andare a dormire, domani ho il treno, sono molto felice, Sacramento.
на свою голову наснимаю интервью, а потом монтируй.
Felicità, e tenesse per mano, lontano, lontano la felicità.